We are back with you now on Wave Listens Live. Got a special guest who brought some friends along for the ride today. Larry Weiss, owner and president of the Elder Advisors.
He's so special.
Hi, family.
I'm special.
He was helping set up the chairs for Lindsay Fleming,
I
the
was
senior vice
directing
president.
the chairs need to be set up.
How did you know where?
I'm not going to hurt my fingernails.
How'd you know where they should go? First off,
Because I'm a consummate professional. You will be someday too, Brian.
I'm working
You'll get
on it.
there. I'm here to help you. You can lean right here,
Poor
baby.
Brian.
Anytime.
I know.
Oh, and his
I'm here to
first
help you.
day, and it's Larry.
Welcome.
You organized that for him.
Welcome, Kentuckiana.
They basically set me up.
Yeah,
Right.
they did.
What's that,
They did.
Hannah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm really excited about the Derby this Saturday. So I'm dressed up every day as we lead up to the Derby.
Honey,
I'm dressed up.
Oh,
What?
It's over.
You made Derby happen Saturday? Wait, this isn't live television because I'd be really embarrassed.
Yeah.
Go.
Maybe you're still tired from Derby, like
no,
everybody
I was
else.
leading up. I've been drinking all night for the Derby
Oh,
this Saturday. It's not happening?
We couldn't tell.
As Larry builds his credibility with Kentuckiana.
Hey, I want to give a special shout out to Paul Stevens. He's one of our clients. He's quite elderly, loves the show. Hi, Paul Stevens. We love you.
Well, okay, so Paul clearly knows what it is that you guys are up to. The viewers who are with us all the time know, let's say we've got some folks on here. They love Derby so much they stayed in town. They now live in Louisville. Explain what they need to know about you.
Don't go broke in a nursing home, Brian, because the reality is you don't have to. We're having our workshops next week. It's been 6 weeks since we did one, so Monday we'll be in Louisville, Tuesday in Clarksville, and Wednesday down in E-Town. We're going downtown to E-Town because the reality is you don't have to go broke in a
We're
nursing
looking
home.
forward to E-Town.
I am.
Yeah.
I just have to be up by nightfall.
Okay. Why? What happens then?
I can't say. I can't say. It's not pleasant. It's not for the tender ears of television.
But we are really looking forward to, you know, we've spent a lot of time in Louisville, we've spent a lot of time
Sure.
in Clarksville, and there are some folks here that are watching, right, that just aren't maybe, it's not convenient to drive up to Louisville or to Clarksville, so we're really excited for that. So,
You know, it's almost like everyone you talk to has some sort of experience with this topic. It's obviously important. How big of an issue are the things that you guys help people work through here in the state of Kentucky?
Well, it's tremendous because when we start the workshops, we usually start with 3 key questions. You know, how many people have a loved one in a nursing home about to go? That's crisis planning. We can help. For husband and wife, we can protect all the assets if one spouse goes in. They don't have to subscribe to the barbershop law, which is, well, let's get divorced to protect the assets. I mean, unless you want to get divorced, but you don't have to.
It's another conversation.
Right.
Is that why you brought the attorney today?
Well, we could.
I don't do divorces.
Brian, notwithstanding the Kevin Hart weather report, you're raining on my parade. I'll get there. I'll get there. Okay. Second question is how many people have loved one at home, maybe getting some rehab. If things don't work out, they may have to look at placement. That's pre-crisis planning. We can help there. If it's a single person, we can still protect half the assets. Or how many people want to simply avoid these problems and be proactive now? And that's when everybody's hands go up. And when that hand goes up, we're almost always involved in the legal component, which is why we invited Amy Wheatley to come on today from Stein Law. Yay,
Amy,
Stein Law.
the dynamic diva attorney.
Yes.
She's
Well,
ready.
It's important to talk about this. It's important to offer workshops like these. If folks are thinking about signing up, what do you want them to know before they decide, hey, this is the workshop that I need to be a part of?
All they have to do is go to freeworkshop.com or they can call 855-LARRY-55 because it answers all of the questions people might have. But give up an hour of your time. It's fast-paced. We're usually done by 11:30. And, we want people to have questions answered there. That's why we've invited Amy Wheatley from Stein Law. Sadly, Amy Stein isn't available this month. We really miss her, her skill set for that. So we have Amy Wheatley stepping in. How many Wheatleys? How many Amy's? There's too many.
I always say if you just come to my office and yell Amy, someone will
Someone will pop out.
Right.
Well, you answered the call today, so we'll talk to you for a bit.
Sure.
On the legal side of this, what do you want people to know as maybe they're early on in the process of having to deal with some of the issues that arise?
Well, I think the most important thing for them to know is that they need to be planning now. Don't wait until it becomes a crisis. It's better if you can go ahead and plan these things out early, and it's not so stressful at that time. You can, try to take care of as much as you can early on in the process, and you can do that through powers of attorney. You can do that through trust agreements. You can do that through making sure that your will is there. A lot of people think that, oh, I just have to have a will, and there's a lot more to it than that.
And I think this is, Amy and I were talking about this in the car on the way over. This is empowering,
Sure.
right? This is not, and I think some people are like, there's a fear, a loss of control or a loss of, this is empowering. I mean, this is you telling, it's you really taking control of it. And when you come to the workshop, it is about, everybody feels better after they leave, right? No?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody feels a little bit better after they leave the workshop, because it's free information that is empowering. We're not meant to, I think people think, well, I have to sign over my house to my kids. Oh God, don't do that. You don't have to do that. It's
Right.
not, you actually gain so much control because you know what's getting ready to happen, and you're writing the narrative and not letting the powers that be, as they will, write the narrative. So it's empowering.
Yeah. And here's what's not empowering. When I sat at a table across from a client, I'm dealing with the wife. They've been married 40 years. The husband's in rehab. They're trying to find a place for him. And one of the first questions I ask is, what is the first question?
Do you have a power of
Do you
attorney?
have power of attorney? And when she just kind of goes blank, I know the answer, and I'm like, you've got some problems.
Sure.
Because the fact that they've been married for 40 years does not give her the legal right to access her IRAs if there's real estate issues and things like that. So suddenly we have a problem, and sometimes the meeting kind of grinds to a halt. I mean, I'm good, but I'm not that good. I need the tools to be able to help.
Right.
And what Amy was saying about planting early, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today. It's not ever too late. And I think that's the thing. And Amy goes into a lot of strategies wherever you're at in the process. But, there's a lot of folks, Larry's don't go broke in a nursing home, don't go broke in a nursing home. Well, you may be sitting at home watching this, 62, 63, 64 years old, and healthy. Maybe you ran the Triple Crown, whatever. There are no health issues at all. Well, there's still a place for you at the workshop. There's a seat for you to talk about how you can plan and become really empowered with your future.
It's important that you guys are doing these, and we're going to have another segment coming up. And what I really want to get into in that is talking about misinformation. Look, we can joke all we want, but the three of you are experts in what you do. And a lot of folks spend a lot of time talking to people who are giving them information that is clearly
We
way
love
out of
those
bounds.
folks. We love those folks. Yeah.
Is that half the battle?
Oh,
is
yeah.
undoing what?
Well, Bob at church said, and
Right.
here's the thing about Bob at church. Bob at church loves you. He loves you so much. But Bob at church's circumstances are completely different than your own.
Right.
So it's,
And a Google search is kind of the same thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Don't Google it.
I didn't get my law degree from Google, and you probably shouldn't get your legal advice there.
I'm glad to know. We're going to talk more about misinformation, how to dispel that, how to use the experts, the elder advisors, after the break.